and start. There's nothing really I have to say, so let's just get right to it. Oh, right, we were just playing the video game tournament with the dudes, the normal boots dudes. I fell onto my bed staring at the rungs that kept my and her mattress from collapsing onto me and smothering me to death in the night. That was really fun. I know, right? Like, I'm playing a video game, I know. Really? Really? She shuffled around on top of her bed. I mean, I thought it was okay. It was passable. Don't know if I'd call it super fun or anything. How could you not? I don't understand. No? I loved it. She chuckled. Seems like you found your calling. Ha ha ha, I'm sure I have. Above me, I yawned. Let's go to sleep. I'm exhausted. Smiling, I got up and turned out our light. Good night, Hana. Good night, Mai. As the chill weather of early spring faded and warmth stretched across... I'm assuming she and PBG finished their project. I itched to go outside. With Satch's book in hand, I took to the streets. Since many people realized how rare this moment was, most of the usual benches and grassy spots were taken. I kept walking until I came to the soccer field. There was a practice game being held, and PBG and his friend Jeff were running around across the field. Being a skirmish, the bleachers were almost completely empty. Students scattered the shiny metal seats, but there was more than enough room for me. In one swift motion, practiced many times over my life, I sat down, spun my backpack into the space next to me, and pulled out my book. I was nearly done with it, and I wanted to see if I could finish it today. It was due a few days ago, so I was under pressure. At a pause in my reading, I looked up to watch PBG on the field. A shock of color at the base of the bleachers caught my eye. It looks like some sort... One sec. Water! It looked like some kind of metallic candy wrapper, and a pang of annoyance struck me. There was a trash can nearby. Why litter? But as I jumped down the steps of the bleacher, and nearly slipped off one, it became clear that it wasn't trash. The colors changed as the angle of the light did. It was an iridescent purple figurine, itty-bitty, and a kitty. Was it Gerard's? He was the only person I knew who collected them. I held it up to the nearest student, who shook his head. I was free for a while. Gerard was really into the IBK scene, so if it wasn't his, he'd probably know who it belonged to. One problem. I had no idea where his room was. Conveniently, at that moment, PBG ran off the field to get a drink. No, you do! You have his room number on your card. he gave your, whatever. I approached him, holding the kitty in front of myself like a talisman. Hey PBG, do you know Gerard's room number? I think he dropped this. I held the kitty up again, and it glimmered in the sun, much like PBG did just now, what with all his physical activity. Oh, Gerard was just here. It has to be his. I asked him to bring me my goalie gloves. I wasn't ready to take McJones's place today. His room was right across from mine. Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Hurry it up, PBG. PBG groaned. It wasn't much of a break. Gotta go. Good luck. See ya. Yeah, let's place.
See ya.
He took a huge gulp from his water bottle, then poured the rest on his head and jumped back into the game. See, I can totally just picture that happening. This is such a great book. Game book. His teammates patted him on the back as he rejoined them. I placed the IBK into my uniform's Lilliputian pocket and headed to Bluebell. As I entered Bluebell's house, a passing boy frowned at me. Was I even allowed to be here by myself? I shook my head. There was no time to be afraid. Today I had a mission. Just as PBG said, there was a door right across from his room. I knocked and fished the IBK from my pocket. Shane answered the door, not at all pleased to see me. Hi, Shane. How are you? He was Gerard's roommate? Oh, why was he Gerard's roommate? I tried to laugh to diffuse the situation, but it was weak. I felt like I was only making things worse. I didn't know what went on in Shane's mind. He looked at the IBK in my hands. Gerard should be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'll just wait in the common room. When he gets back, can you tell him to try and find me? I could read downstairs. Even if it took Gerard an hour to get back, I could keep myself occupied. Shane sighed and leaned against the doorframe. I could tell him, but it would be much easier if he waited in here. He put his hand out, gesturing me inside. Alright, thanks. I entered the room and stood smack in the middle of it. Shane plopped into a chair in front of what must have been his desk. I sat down in what I assumed to be Gerard's chair on the opposite side. Shane swiveled around and started to click something on his laptop. Seeing as he wasn't much for small talk, I turned to observing the room. Sorry. Their room was, well, decorated, one could say. There were a lot of itty-bitty kitties, arranged neatly with its brethren of similar design. Every empty space not filled with school-related object was covered by the pads of a cute little cat, or at least the sealed box of one. Even parts of Shane's shelves had IBK on them. Whoa, didn't need that. I had to admit, it was kind of endearing. Something about the dedication required was sweet. Do you collect itty-bitty kitties too? Not really. They're Gerard's. I don't mind. I see. It's kind of niche. I'm surprised you're into them. Oh no, I don't collect them. I just found this one on the side of the field. PBG said Gerard was there earlier, so I came to find out whether it was his. My hastiness to disown the figure did not go unnoticed by Shane, who made a face at me. If it's not Gerard's, he'll probably know who it is, right? It's probably Gerard's. I smoothed my thumb over the plastic kitty absent-mindedly. Shane returned to whatever he was doing online, and I conversed with the figure in my hand. Who's a pretty kitty? Who's a pretty kitty? You are. Gerard came back about 2 minutes later. Hey, Shane. And Hana? He held 2 coffees in his hands. Suddenly he turned pink. And what are you two doing in here? Alone. Together. We're not doing anything. Hana was looking for you. Really? How can I help, Hana? He gave a coffee to Shane and offered the other one to me. Here, take mine. I would have gotten you one too if I knew you were here. That's really nice of you, but no thanks. I just came to see if this was yours. For what felt like the 10th time in the last half hour, I displayed the itty-bitty kitty. Oh, yes! Gerard almost dropped his coffee as he leaped forward. I lost this today! Where did you find it? It was near the field. PBG told me you were there earlier, so I wanted to give it back to you. I handed the figure to Gerard, who looked about ready to kiss it. Thank you, Hana, thank you! You didn't have to do this, but you did, and I don't know what I would have done without you. It wasn't any trouble at all. It looked pretty rare. It's not as rare as you would think, but it's still very special to me. I'm so glad you were the one to find it. I shouldn't have been so careless. Don't beat yourself up about it. What matters now is that you have it back. Maybe zip up your pockets next time. You bet I'll take a load of precautions to make sure this never happens again. He placed it delicately on the shelf with the other kitties that had the same iridescent properties. Gerard looked at me while I viewed his hard-earned assemblage. Oh, duh, Gerard, you dummy. How rude of me not to at least introduce you to my collection. Sorry. In this room I have 247 itty-bitty kitties of every shape and size. This is the newest set, the Catastrophes. They're a band. They're really popular right now. I traded my rare extras for these the other day. The one you brought back to me is from a set of 4 that are called opalescents. Currently, they're the only shinies. They were so pretty. My gaze fixated on them. I'm just missing the last opalescent. It's the purple one, Princess Pumpernickel. I've tried everywhere, but no one has them in stock. But there's only 3 copies in the world, so it's not really surprising. It's more surprising that I managed to get these ones. I have one of the most complete collections in the world. People think that the Kitties Company gives me the newest figures, but I earn all my IBK. I can tell this took a lot of hard work. I'm amazed at how much effort you've put into this. He sighed heavily and sat down on his bed. Thanks, Hana. I just wish I could get that last figure. I could finish my collection, and the kitties would have all their friends together in one place. I wish I could help. Don't worry about it, Hana. This is my battle to fight. I nodded, then glanced at my watch. Oh, I should go. I really wanted to finish my book today. But if you ever need help, I'm here. I stood up, then waved to the both of them. Bye, Hana. Thanks again. Bye. See ya. Alright. I will save there. My voice is really raspy right now, so I won't be recording anymore tonight. Sad. But I will see you guys again. So, pause.